Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. I'm Shannon. I'm here to do a tarot reading for you today. This is for the collective as far as I can tell right now. If I get notified otherwise, I will keep you in the loop. But I just wanted to say something real quick before we start this. As I was meditating on this reading, I started thinking a lot about, sorry, this camera's a little messed up. Let me fix it. Started thinking a lot about the perpetual state of victimhood that a lot of people seem to be living in right now. And what it really comes down to, a significant part of what it comes down to, is the fact that people are looking externally for validation. They're looking externally for approvals and expecting everyone to be like on board with who they are, what they are, why they are. And, you know, at the end of the day, guys, if you're feeling that way, it can really help to remind yourself that we are all sovereign beings, right? You don't need external validation from anyone, okay? And if you're feeling like you're being attacked or like, you know, maybe less than because you feel as if some people don't maybe see things the same way you do, okay? It's important to go inward and say, why is it so important to me that these people care? Like, why? Why does it matter? If these are people that don't share your outlook on life, these are people who don't share, you know, basically people that you wouldn't want in your life to begin with. It's important to go inward and do the work, is the bottom line. I see way too many people projecting outward. I feel like when I'm walking through places, it's like, you know, you go to the mall, it's almost like feeling like you're being attacked even though you're not being attacked, just because of all of the external projection being given off by other people, and it's very uncomfortable, but that's my problem. Do you see what I'm saying? All right, without further ado, let's get into this reading here. Starting out with the World card, guys, coming to the end of a cycle, starting a new cycle, having the world at your feet. What a beautiful card to start out with, especially after that message. Now, with that said, we have the Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck, so it looks like it took us some pain to get here. But as with all things in life, it's going to take some pain to get to the good stuff. If it weren't for the pain, we wouldn't have the good stuff, right? King of Cups. What do we need to know about the world and the King of Cups here for the collective? The Hermit. Interesting. So we have the World, the King of Cups, and the Hermit. I'm going to pull some extra cards. For some of you, this is someone that you viewed as kind of like your end-all, be-all. Why the Hermit, though? Why are we... What's going on here with this Hermit energy? The Magician and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, this is an external person, all right? and you're kind of looking at them. This kind of actually fits into what I was just saying. You're looking at them as if they're the world. This person external to you, okay? So you're going inward and you're manifesting, you're working on manifesting this Nine of Cups energy with this person. We have the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So it could be that your manifestations are working, it's just taking a while to come to fruition. But let's get some more information, because I'm hearing something about work being put in on yourself. That's for some of you, not for all of you. For some of you. What do we need to know? That's it. Okay, that's interesting. The Nine of Pentacles came out, and my first thought about this. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is like, you know, a pretty auspicious card. We're getting to that Ten of Pentacles, right? To that legacy. But the first thing that I thought when I saw this card was, oh, look at him precariously perched there on the top of that. That doesn't look too safe. And I could just see all these things tumbling out from underneath of him. And this is what's on the bottom of the deck, guys. The Tower. So for some of you, you're manifesting something into your life right now, okay? However, there is a warning here. There is a warning here that whatever this is that you're manifesting into your life, to be sure that you are also putting the work in on yourself, because otherwise you're going to have a shoddy foundation and it's going to come tumbling down. So basically to say, you have the power to manifest this into your life, whatever this is, whoever this King of Cups is, whatever the world is, you have the power to bring this in. But you need to be in the right frame of mind. Otherwise, all of this work that you're doing, manifesting this in, it's going to be torn down and you're going to have to start over. Temperance. Yep, and the Nine of Swords. So this is a warning. This is saying you have the power to manifest this into your life. Make sure you are taking the time and having the patience with this to do it correctly. So look, I want you to look at the card. Do you see how they're pouring from 2 cups into 1? This would not work if they were only pouring 1 cup. You have to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Sorry, there's a fly flying around my head there. Otherwise, this is going to not end up so great. It's almost, for some of you, this is like you're working to manifest this. And it's like, okay, I have this Nine of Pentacles and I have this Nine of Swords and I'm going to try to mix them together. No, that's not how it's going to work for you, okay? We need to come to terms with whatever this Nine of Swords pain is before we're going to be able to move on. Yeah, this is a big karmic test for some of you. Starting out with the World, we've got Death on the bottom right now. What is this Nine of Swords? Nine of Wands. Okay, so right now we have all 4 nines out, guys. So 9999. Look that up. Angel number. That could give you some additional information here. But basically with all of these 9s out, it's like you're almost, you feel like you're on the precipice of completing something, right? But with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands coming out together, I feel like you still have a lot of internal sadness and conflict that you haven't dealt with yet. Like, look at the Lion here. He's being very, like, he's like holding the wand there. He's like, not too sure. You know, it's kind of like you're not going to be able to manifest this into being until you're able to accept all these parts of you for what they are, part of you. It's not about fixing ourselves. It's not about denying parts of ourselves. Let's use an example about me. I can get some wicked bad friggin' road rage, okay? Wicked bad. Now, does that make me a bad person? I suppose I could allow it to make me a bad person, sure. But what do I do with it instead? Instead, I try to harness that energy and use that energy towards something more productive. And when I'm in the car, I surrender. I say, okay, you know what? This is going to be, I live in Jersey. It's going to be what it's going to be. You know, we know that people are going to be driving like crazies. Let's breathe through it. Let's not brush this under the rug. Let's instead harness this energy that is flowing into us until we learn how to control that cap a little bit better so that we don't end up in that place of being, you know, put it into something else. This fly does not want to leave me alone right now. Thanks, fly. But it's kind of like you cannot deny parts of yourself. You can't hide them. And why would you want to? We all have parts of ourselves that we have been taught from childhood are not good or not worthy. Stop thinking that way. All right? I know I'm not a therapist, but stop thinking that way, because the more you think that way, honestly, the more you're going to get yourself into situations like this where you have a big opportunity and you're unable to actually complete the manifestation of it. You're unable to bring it to the physical because you're over here going, I'm not a sad person. I'm not angry. What are you talking about? Not me. It's okay to accept yourself for who you are. It's not about denying ourselves these things. It's about, or hiding these things. It's about dealing with them and learning to control them, right? Because they're given to us for a reason. And then we're taught from the time we're little, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. So all we do is we learn how to hide it instead of how to embrace it and use it to our benefit. And I feel like this is what this reading is about. Right now, you have an opportunity to look yourself in the eyes and say, this is who I am, God damn it. And I don't care what anybody thinks about it. And Spirit's saying, once you learn to do that, and to do that from a place of compassion and from a place of wanting what is the best for everyone involved, even in difficult situations, even in situations where you've been done wrong, you still want what's best for all, right? Because we realize that other humans are flawed too. Once you get to that place, you have so much waiting for you. I feel like Spirit is just waiting on you to make this, yeah, the Chariot and the Ace of Swords. As soon as you are able, so the Chariot isn't about so much moving as it is about learning how to control the different aspects of yourself and steer them in the direction you want to go. You're going to be receiving a lot of clarity as soon as you are able to do this. And I see a lot of you, like this Hermit card, just the image on it really makes me think of putting in that shadow work. but remembering that we aren't bad. It doesn't make us bad people to have these parts of ourselves. Everyone has these parts. No one is all sunshine, rainbows, and happiness all the time. And if they say that they are, they're a liar. Point blank. They are a liar. And that Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So again, going back to this King of Cups, it looks like you're trying to manifest something in love into your life. And Spirit is saying, well, you have the power to do so, but until you look at these aspects of yourself, you're going to be building it on a very, very precarious foundation. Spirit's saying, take the time. Take the time to look at yourself, to be honest with yourself. Then you're going to gain clarity. Then you're going to be bringing in what it is that you want. But not until then. Pull one more card. The Hanged Man and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you need to change your perspective. You need to change your perception. You need to understand that the parts of you, that make you who you are, which are the good, bad, the ugly, all of them, you don't need to hide them, okay? Stand your ground. Be firm in what you know that you want. But do not hide this stuff. I feel like this message is for people who really need to like pick up their rug and like get the broom out. And it's not that you guys are bad or anything like that. No, I mean, what is bad anyway? But I feel like that this message is for people who have really for a long time known that they have more power than what they allow themselves to give themselves credit for, but that are happy in kind of remaining on this cycle that they're on up until this point. I feel like now you guys are like, you know what, I'm done with this. But you've been happy up until this point to continue on this cycle. And you've learned a lot through this cycle. Now it's time to start looking at yourself, honestly. Not others. Don't get caught in the trap of, yeah, well, but if they would have, no. At the end of the day, we are to blame. I mean, if that's how you want to put it. Or we're the cause for everything that happens in our life in one way or another. And you know, once you're able to accept that, I really feel like it brings you a great amount of peace. Because no longer are you constantly on the lookout for like, oh, who's going to be doing me dirty today? No. You just don't bring that into your life because you gain this level of perception like, no, that doesn't vibe. And you're okay with that. You're okay to say, you know what, this doesn't vibe. This is a very important message for whoever this is going to resonate with. You guys have the world at your feet, but you're hanging upside down. So it's kind of like you need to put in this work to flip yourself back upright. And it's not going to be fun. I'm not going to lie. It's not going to be fun going through this and dealing with these emotions and, you know, taking accountability for stuff. Not always going to be fun. But let me preface this. No, I don't think that's right. Anyway, let me just say this. Do not beat yourself up. Accept what you need to accept. Leave the bullshit behind. Wash your hands and keep moving, okay? This is not a message of rumination. This is a message of acceptance. This is a message of bringing things together in order to be able to gain clarity into our lives and into the things that are occurring in our lives. And it looks like you have something very specific that you want. So Spirit's saying, you know what? I'm going to give you all of that clarity, but I need for you to please sit with this. I need you to sit with yourself. Learn to be comfortable with yourself. All aspects. And when you start feeling yourself kind of trying to like if you feel an emotion coming up and you're like, oh, I don't like that, I'm starting to feel angry, or I'm starting to feel sad or something like that, just go with it. You don't have to hide from your emotions. It's okay. Sometimes tears have to come out, like for no reason, because you have to clear the space, right? We need to clear the space out. And during, a dark night of the soul, an ego death, however you want to refer to these things, we're going through things like that. Oftentimes we're like, why am I feeling this way? What the hell? You have to make room. You have to make room for the good stuff that the universe is trying to send your way. And the good stuff can't coexist with all the bad shit that you've decided not to deal with yet. So that's your homework. Sit with yourself, be honest with yourself, and have patience. This is not going to be an overnight thing. No one is perfect. We are all flawed. So, all right, guys. If it resonated, drop me a like. Helps the channel out a great deal. I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day.